now what I'm going to do, I think you realize that when it comes to the stage of the program that you're in at this level, we're getting our feeling and bearings about what has to change. Now we're rebuilding. This is the stage where we rebuild. And the rebuilding is important because if you rebuild from strength, you're not going to go back. No yo-yoing, no more excuses, because anything that would be a weakness, you're going to change. And rebuilding means that you've cleansed or cleansing, you're detoxing, continuing, and you're not going to bring anything else in that's going to be toxifying, right? You're not going to do that, and you're rebuilding. This is how we rebuild, taking in the things that rebuild the cells so that we're healthy. When we start to clean our body, we're holding a lifetime of toxins, pesticides, environmental materials that have got to come out. Now they can come out through the sweat, through the lymphatic system, through the urine and feces. There's only so many ways that toxins come out of the body. The key is by taking in the juices and the nutrients as we're doing, and doing it gradually, as this is a gradual program, and we got a year and a half, we're not rushing it. Sometimes people will spill out things where the body's been able to maintain homeostasis, but at a lower level. And now you're starting to change, and we find people frequently say they got a lot of phlegm come up. Any of you see a lot of phlegm come up? Mucus discharge. But before you wouldn't have had the mucus discharge. Where'd the mucus come from? Comes from the body changing how it processes things. And puffiness under the eyes, fatigue, irritability, some mood swings. These are all normal, what we call temporary healing crisis, where your body is releasing toxins, and when all those toxins are in the bloodstream, the body has to cleanse them out. That's why water, very important, vitamin C, very important, alpha-lipoic acid, vitamin E. These help take these toxins out of the system, and then you go through it and then back up on the other side, and then you come up with all this nice energy. That's not uncommon. People's body odors will frequently change. Look at it like this. Have any of you ever been out and watched someone eating out of a garbage can in New York City? If you live in New York, it's not an uncommon sight. Now, could you imagine someone's going over to a sandwich that someone else has eaten, and they're eating the sandwich. They're looking for something in a beverage to drink where someone else has drunk. Yet they will not end up in a hospital. Do you know how quickly you'd be in a hospital if you did that? About 4 hours later, you'd be abdominal sick. If I took that person doing that down to Mexico, they could go eat mystery meat on the back of a bodega and not get sick. But you even brush your teeth in a 5-star hotel with water that you forgot, was not filtered, and you end up with amoebic dysentery. Their system has adapted to the toxins. It does not mean that they're not paying a price. They will live a shorter life, and they're filled with bacteria and parasites and viruses. But the body always tries to conserve energy, so they will survive, but not a longer life. They have survived by gradually eating on the street till their bodies build up all these toxins. Now their body maintains a balance with toxins. That's one of the miracles of life. But there's an adjustment period. So many of you are going through the adjustment period to actually be healthy since you've been sick for so long, eating the wrong foods for so long. Healthy foods can actually make you feel sick. That's the interesting part. And a healthy person eating the diet you'd eat with pizza and pork and beans, you'd get sick. You'd end up with ear infections and nose infections and throat infections and urinary tract infections and upset stomachs. And those of you who are healthy who overeat at Thanksgiving or holiday, think how many times you've gotten sick by going off your diet just for a few days at a holiday or on away. You pay a price for that. But if and I don't know that is the case, but it is not unusual to go through a temporary rebalancing. You're simply rebalancing the body. And again, there's a difference in your blood sugar level when you go from meat, which will create satiety, so you won't feel as hungry for 5 or 6 hours, to where you're going on to a vegetable-based diet, grain-based diet, where your blood sugar level will start to fluctuate. And once you start learning the importance of chromium and niacin and the B complex, that'll maintain a blood sugar level. Imagine a heroin addict. Talk with a heroin addict or a cocaine addict about 15 minutes after they've had their shot. They're happy people. Right? They're easygoing. Right? They're smiling and they're having a good time. Talk with them 3 hours after they're in withdrawal, and they'll kill you for a hit. Your body is going through withdrawal. You're in the very first stages. There is going to be a period of discomfort. It's inevitable. The more sugar, the more caffeine that you had, the more you're going to feel that. The good news is that by taking the vitamin C and the pantothenic acid, you're rebuilding your adrenal glands. And B complex will help you also with the agitation. Taking the valerian root or passion flower, that also helps kava keep you calmer. But it's not going to be without any little bumps. I mean, there's going to be some of that. But understand that that was there all along. So it generally only takes about 3 or 4 weeks to where you're able to maintain a sense of even energy and even emotion to go with the energy without the artificial stimulation. When I say that we don't count calories, that does not mean that it allows for gluttony. 3 pounds of beans and 2 pounds of, 7 potatoes. An elephant doesn't eat 7 potatoes. You aware of that? I mean, there's a point to where, and are you out there exercising for an hour a day? All right. But are you doing really aerobic exercise?
Yeah,
okay. But if you've got to also moderate what you eat.
How?
Could you all get a chance to lie down here? We're going to do a group analysis on Anna. Anna.
It's very important to me.
Now, don't make it important. You're making the wrong part of the equation important. You're making the diet important, Anna. The diet is the smallest part of this whole program. And after this week, we're not going to be talking about diet. Now we go into the important issues. Understand that 95% of what's good for you, you will not feel. Patience is what you need. And to realize that this whole diet and the exercise and the stress management is not important. The only reason I'm giving you this program is so you can do what you really want with your life. See, understand something. I would have no interest in getting you all healthy at all if you would stay mean, racist, biased, and bigoted. I'd want you to eat all the garbage you could so you could die as quickly as you can. God, I'd hate myself. I made a group of people who can't die, but they're not nice people. Oh, what a thought. So the whole idea of being healthy is to do the really wonderful things you want with your life without the concerns that you're going to be sick and not physically or emotionally or spiritually be able to do them. Do you understand? That's the reason I'm trying to help you. So you got to reverse where your importance is. Put the emphasis upon the quality of life you want, the joy, the fulfillment, the development of self. The diet is not the most important issue. And also, if there are times, look in a mirror. What are you feeding? What are you feeding? Your body? What part of your body needs what you're eating? Well, if I'm looking in a mirror and if I'm overweight, I better ask myself, what am I feeding? Am I feeding my fat? My fat doesn't need to get any more fat. It's got plenty of fat. The whole program works if you're conscious and you're focused on what you're conscious about. So if I'm exercising, I'm not thinking about what I'm going to do later that day. I'm focusing upon my breathing and my body. If I'm doing journal writing, I don't keep daydreaming. I bring myself back to what I'm writing. If I'm with someone, I'm looking at the person. I'm not thinking where else I could be, who else I could be with. I'm looking at the person. I'm engaged. That energy's connected. Have you ever been with someone and they're not with you? You just know they're not there, right? They're someplace else, right? And you know when someone's connecting with you. That's conscious focus. And when you're reading, you're learning what you're reading. That's conscious focus. So you need the interdisciplinary skills of conscious focus, like meditation exercises. Now, there are many ways you can learn to meditate. I don't advocate any one way because there's so many good ways. It's like yoga. I don't tell you Pratyahara yoga or Hatha yoga, Tantric yoga. I tell you any yoga. Start with anything and then use that as a base to learn and expand. Same way with meditation, guided visualization. You might benefit from regressive hypnosis. You might benefit from guided visualization exercises. Something that allows you to get focused and keep that focus. So when you go to eat, first ask yourself, why am I eating? What am I eating? What is it for? And then how much do I need to eat in order to give myself what I need? Because if there's an emotional component to your eating, then you're going to be eating 6 to 9 potatoes. I'd imagine what I look like if I ate 9 potatoes. If you understand who you are at the beginning of the program, then you're doing everything for the right person. If you're doing it for the wrong person, then everything is coming in as being fought with the conditioned self. The real, authentic, true self, it's effortless. And that's what we need. We need the authentic, true self doing this program, not the conditioned, controlled, reactionary self.